everybody, welcome back. Today we are making a Kraken cake. This cake is actually from my newest cookbook, which is called Mermaid Food. It is out now. I'll link it down below. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so first you want to place some flour, sugar, cocoa powder, baking soda, and salt in a large bowl and mix together. And I'll have all the ingredients listed down below as well as all the steps, so you don't have to worry about writing anything down. Then add some milk, vegetable oil, eggs, and vanilla extract, and mix with an electric mixer until combined. Slowly add some boiling water and mix until well combined. Grease and flour 4 6-inch round cake pans and divide the batter evenly between the pans. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 to 35 minutes or until a skewer inserted into the centers comes out clean. Cool for 15 minutes in the pans, then turn them out onto a wire rack and cool completely. Then to make the buttercream, you want to beat some butter with an electric mixer until pale and fluffy. Add some vanilla extract and confectioner sugar 1 cup at a time, beating with each addition. Then dye the buttercream a pale blue color. And also you may have noticed that I have moved in the process of filming this, so this is my new set. I'm working on making it as pretty as it can be, but I apologize for the complete shift in the set mid-shot or mid-video. Next, we're going to make the tentacles. So you want to get some black fondant and divide the fondant into 3 pieces in a variety of different sizes. Then remove a little bit from each piece, and these will be for the suction cup portion. Then shape the larger pieces of fondant into tentacles. So you can make a long tentacle to go along the base of the cake, and then I also made 2 little like kind of curly tentacles to go one on the top and then one on the side. And then you want to roll the smaller pieces of fondant into little sausages and then shape them into rings. And dab some water onto the tentacles to attach the rings as well as to shape the rings and have them stick together. Water is like glue for fondant, so it's super easy. Just wet it and it will stick. Then set the tentacles aside on a plate lined with some plastic wrap. And if you are sticking a tentacle onto the sides of the cake, grab some bamboo skewers or a straw or whatever you have and stick it into the base of the tentacle. And you want to stick this into the tentacle before it completely stiffens because they're gonna harden up and we want the skewer to already be inside of it. And these can be made a couple days in advance. So if you're busy, you can make these way ahead of time so that they're ready to go when you're decorating. Then to assemble the cake, you want to slice the tops and bottoms off the cake to smooth the surface and remove any excess browning. Stack the cakes and spread some buttercream between each layer. Then coat the cake in a thin layer of buttercream called a crumb coat, and this is going to catch any excess crumbs and make sure the crumbs don't show up on the outer pretty layer of buttercream. Then pop the cake into the fridge to chill for 20 minutes. Then you want to divide the buttercream into 4 bowls and use some more of that blue and black food coloring to give the buttercream an ombre effect, leaving 1 bowl light blue and dyeing the remaining 3 to make them progressively darker. So I added a couple drops of black food coloring along with some more blue food coloring to the last 2 bowls to kind of give them like a murky dark water kind of color. And I will link the food coloring that I'm using down below if you'd like to use it. Then place all the buttercream into individual piping bags fitted with a large angled piping tip. So to decorate the cake, we're going to start with a darker shade of buttercream. So you want to hold the piping bag horizontally to the cake so that the wider end of the piping tip is against the cake and the narrow end isn't touching the cake. Then pipe the buttercream starting at the base of the cake in a horizontal line. As you pipe, you want to wiggle the bag vertically, creating wavy patterns. And so this is going to create the beautiful little waves on the cake. And you want to continue working your way up the cake until it's about 1/4 covered. Then switch to the next lighter shade of buttercream and then cover another 1/4 of the cake and then use the next lighter shade and so on. And this is going to create beautiful ombre waves. Then once all sides of the cake have been covered, continue piping the lightest buttercream on top of the cake by piping a spiral instead of stripes, starting from the center of the cake and working outwards. Then just stick the tentacles onto the cake and you are done. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you liked this recipe. I have moved, so if you notice the difference in background in the last couple of videos, I filmed a bunch of things in advance, and then I've also not filmed a bunch of things in advance or like filmed it halfway. So please be patient the next couple of weeks because everything's like scrapped together, but eventually everything will look pretty and hopefully the background will look a lot more aesthetically pleasing than like just the flat gray treacle. I guess I should change it sooner, I guess. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.